What's up guys, my name is Andre, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to part 2 of my video game collection. Now if you missed my last video, it was part 1 of my video game collection where I covered my console games, which were the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. But now, this is the main course, guys. This is the PC gaming collection. It's a lot of games. I don't know exactly how many because there's not any one specific place to hold your PC games. So they're kinda scattered around my computer. Not too bad though, but it's around 500 games, guys. So I'm not gonna talk about every single one because in the last video I talked about some of the games, like 30 of them or whatever, and that video took forever. So if I talk about 500 games in this video, we'll be here all day and all night. Let's stop rambling, let's get on with the PC game collection. As I mentioned earlier, the PC games, there's not one designated spot to hold all your games. For example, as you can see, the Ubisoft games, they have their own client, and then down here, the Origin games, which is the EA client, they have their own games, and then Microsoft, I kind of keep them down here just by themselves. So we'll just start with them, and then Steam will be for last because that one has the most games. So Forza Horizon 3, guys, best driving game on the planet in my opinion. I don't want to say exactly racing games because there are a lot of different kind of racing games like Mario Kart, and then there's like Wipeout, stuff like that. But as far as car games go, Forza Horizon 3, perfect in my opinion. Then over here we got Gears of War 4. As you probably noticed in my console collection video, I mentioned all the Gears of Wars besides the 4th one. That's because I have it on the PC. It runs beautifully. The campaign, it was pretty meh, it was pretty mediocre, but the Horde mode, that was just fantastic. A lot of memories with the Horde mode. And then this is not a Microsoft game, but this is the almighty Overwatch. As I mentioned in my previous video, I don't really do online competitive gaming, but Overwatch, you just gotta have Overwatch, man. It's a must. Now we're moving on to the Uplay account. These are the games, a couple Assassin's Creed, actually 3 of them, Beyond Good and Evil, Child of Light. I haven't really played a lot of these. Some of these games I got for free because for a while there Ubisoft was giving away a free game every month. I didn't collect all of them, but I did get some. In The Division, I'm not a big fan of that game, but it did come free with my laptop when I bought it, so it was good to try for free. Can't go wrong with that. And now we're gonna move on to EA. Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline. I really enjoyed Battlefield 4. Never played Battlefield 3. Hardline, I started it, didn't really feel it. Crysis 3, Dead Space 3, Dragon Age Inquisition, FIFA, the almighty FIFA. Love FIFA, but I don't really like it on PC. Well, that's not true. I like it on PC because it has better frame rate. It's beautiful. But the problem is, on PC, the community is non-existent. So for the next one, for FIFA 18, I'm gonna be going back to PS4. Need for Speed, I started that. Wasn't really feeling it, but I do want to give it another try. I love Need for Speed Most Wanted, that was a lot of fun. Love Need for Speed Rivals, played it a lot on PS4 when it first released. Some of the most intense gaming moments came with this game, Need for Speed Rivals. Moving on to Steam. Alright, I'm gonna try to scroll slowly and I'll mention some highlights. Let's start with 1001 Spikes. This game is a really hard side-scroller, like obstacle course type of game where you gotta do some platforming and basically get from point A to point B without dying, and it's really hard, and you can do it in co-op with up to 3 friends, and it's a lot of fun. Moving on to Alan Wake. Alan Wake, one of my all-time favorite games, guys. This is the first game ever in the history of my life that I completed as far as achievements go. On Xbox 360 I got 1,000 gamer score in it, and I was just so proud of myself. That was my very first one. Love this game. It takes place in the Pacific Northwest, which is where I live, even though it's fiction, but still, it really captures that atmosphere right. I have not played American Nightmare though. As you might have noticed on my channel, I just finished up Alien Isolation, the whole playthrough. Great game, really enjoyed it a lot. And speaking of Aliens Colonial Marines, that game got shat on left and right from every direction, but I had quite a bit of fun with it. I don't know why, maybe it's just me. I bought the game for like $2 or $3 a couple years ago, or maybe like a year ago, and I decided to just play through it with my friend on co-op, and we beat it in a couple nights, and I got my money's worth. I got my $3 worth. I wasn't frustrated or annoyed or anything like that by it. So maybe when it first came out it was terrible, maybe it got patched a lot over the years. I don't know, but I had a decent time with it. Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. I have not played this game, but I want to mention this game because when I was going through a really hard time in my life, James, the Angry Video Game Nerd, I watched him non-stop. I watched every single one of his videos, like binge watched. He was one of very few highlights of my life at that time. One day, I want to make a tribute video to him, and I'm saving this game for that, so you guys will see. I have ideas in my head. I have pretty much all the Assassin's Creed. I'm missing a couple. I'm missing Liberation, Freedom Cry, and Syndicate. But that's okay because I've played none of them. I've played absolutely none of them. I've tried the first one like many years ago when it first came out, and it was alright. I mean, I'm interested in the series, but I feel like the games are coming out too often, and I'm just overwhelmed just thinking of all these games that I have to play just to catch up, and I don't know. We're just keeping it moving. I just started the Batman Telltale series game. I'm recording it for my channel, although I don't have a date for it planned, so I'm kind of just recording it and editing it, and when I'm gonna upload it, I don't know, but eventually I will. Maybe I'm just gonna save it for a sick day or a few sick days. And then moving on to Batman, the Arkham Collection, Arkham Asylum, excellent. Arkham City, even better. Arkham Origins, I have not played, but I have played Arkham Knight, and as you might remember if you watched my previous collection video, I do have this game on PS4, but recently I did buy it on PC because I believe they finally fixed the game. It finally runs decent on PC, and I just want to have as many games in one place as possible, which is on my PC. Battlefield 4 is a repeat because on Steam you can basically keep your library organized in Steam even though the games are from outside of Steam, but only if they're installed. So if a game is not installed on, for example, if a game is not installed on my Origin client, or the program, whatever you want to call it, then I cannot add it to my Steam library, and I don't want to install a bunch of games just to add it to my Steam library, you know what I mean? Moving on, Battlefield Bad Company 2, great follow-up to the first one, same characters, kind of same storyline, same charm, same humor, really liked it. Bayonetta, really looking forward to playing this. I just bought this on the Steam summer sale. What else we got over here? BioShock, look at those beautiful BioShocks. The cool thing about PC gaming, well at least on Steam, is that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, in this case with BioShock, when they release a remastered game, if you have the original release, then you automatically get the remastered game. So I bought the original BioShock, I bought the original BioShock 2, and when the remastered versions of those games came out, I didn't have to buy them again, they just got automatically added to my library, and you'll see that with a few more games later on, and I just think that's cool. So I can play the new remastered version if I want, or I can play the original the way it originally came out. So that's cool. Bit Trip presents Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. Super long title, but a super fun game. I really enjoyed it. It's basically a platformer where your character just runs from left to right and you gotta press certain buttons. A lot of music cues that help you play, and it's just a lot of fun. Borderlands series, I have not played the whole series. I played the first one, but I did not beat it. I got about halfway. To be honest, it got kind of repetitive, but then again, I did play by myself for the most part, so maybe that's why. Although I have heard that Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel have much better storylines, so maybe I'm just gonna skip the rest of Borderlands 1 and just jump right into Borderlands 2. Keeping it moving, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, one game that I'm really interested in. It seems like it's really short, but it seems like it can be good, so I'm looking forward to playing that eventually. Bulletstorm is another highlight. This is one of those games where I did not get the free remastered version, so I do have to buy it if I want it, but I don't really want it because it's already 60 frames per second, 1080p. What, like, I'm sure there's not much difference. But it's a really enjoyable game. Love Bulletstorm. Bully Scholarship Edition. I've been wanting to play this game for like 10 years and I still haven't really played it. I love movies and games where it's like a high school or college environment, even though in this game I think it's more of like a middle school, but I could be wrong. But that's why I'm really interested in that game, because the whole school environment is really intriguing. I have every Call of Duty besides Call of Duty 1, which I always debate if I should get or not. Whenever it's on sale, it's always $10, which I think is kind of pricey for a really old game, even though it's a classic, but it's not nostalgic to me because I never played it. I started my Call of Duty career in Call of Duty 2 on Xbox 360, so lots of great memories with that. Of course, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, great game. Black Ops 3, kinda when the series went downhill for me. And just to clear things up, once again, I'm not a multiplayer gamer. I judge Call of Duties by single player campaigns, which I really enjoy. They're short and ridiculous, but they're really fun, so that's why I always buy the Call of Duty games. But in Black Ops 3, I mean, you started to fight mechs and robots. That's a bit out there. That's not why I like Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty for that, like, war simulation, I guess, if you know what I mean. And contrary to popular opinion, I really enjoyed Call of Duty Ghosts. Once again, I don't know what the multiplayer was like, but single player, I really liked it. Infinite Warfare, I did not like. Didn't beat it, but that's because I didn't like it. And I will beat it eventually, but I don't know when. I'm also missing Call of Duty 3. Never played that, but it's not available on PC. It's basically the only Call of Duty that's not available on PC. So I'll probably never have it. Castle Crashers, classic, really fun side-scroller, old school beat 'em up. Really fun in co-op. Condemned Criminal Origins, I've never played it. I really want to play it. As you saw in my previous video, I have the sequel on PS3. So I think I'll play this for my channel eventually, maybe around Halloween when I feel like playing some horror games. You saw Crysis 3 earlier in my Origin collection. Crysis 1 and 2 are right here. Dark Souls 2, I don't have Dark Souls 3 yet. Really tempted to buy it, but I haven't played Dark Souls 1 or 2, so makes no sense for me to buy Dark Souls 3 at the moment. Darksiders, as you can see, it's another one of those where I got the remastered, or in this case, definitive edition, and the War Mastered edition for free for having the original games, which is cool once again. Dead by Daylight, I don't want to say I regret buying this game, but I really was peer pressured, I guess you could say, into buying it. My friends kept begging me to buy it and play it with them, and I really liked the concept of this game, but I did not like the execution. The game was just, it felt super unpolished. I don't know how it is now. It's been like, probably like 7 or 8 months since I've played it, so I don't know how it is now. But Friday the 13th is out, and that seems to be a much better version of this game. But it's a bit too expensive, so I'm waiting for the price to drop on that. Dead Island, tried getting into that game I think 3 times, once on PS3, twice on PC. It's fun for the first couple hours, but then it just gets really boring in my opinion. We got a couple Dead Risings, 2 and 3, I do not have 1 and 4. Dead Space 1 through 3, Dead Space 1, the first one, is one of my all-time favorite games. Beaten it a couple times on Xbox 360, beaten it a couple times on the PS3. Have not played it on PC. I really want to play the whole series for my channel. And since I've been playing Alien Isolation, that whole space horror vibe really reminded me of Dead Space, and I really want to play that. I think I'm gonna play it soon. Deadpool, hilarious game, but it's not a very good game. If you just take away all the humor, it's actually a pretty bad game, but the Deadpool paint job, the Deadpool jokes really give it a lot of charm. So it's, if you're a Deadpool fan, definitely worth owning. Dishonored, loved the first game. Haven't played the second game, but they're making a new one, like a little spin-off. I forgot what it's called, but it's coming out later this year. You guys know what I'm talking about. Really gotta play the second one before I play that one. So I should be playing the second one pretty soon. Then I just picked up Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, which came for free with the Classic Edition. another 2-for-1 type of thing. I really enjoy these RPGs, but they're just super long, super time consuming, so I don't spend much time on them, even though I should. DMC Devil May Cry, never played, but it looks like a lot of fun. I really want to try it sometime soon. Doom 2016, great game, loved it. Played it not too long ago, like a year ago. Have a few videos on my channel back when I was trying to make funny videos instead of Let's Plays. Very enjoyable game. I was really pleasantly surprised. Doom 3 BFG edition is kind of like the remaster of Doom 3 from PC and the original Xbox. Comes with all the expansion packs. Never beat it, but got about halfway through. I think it's a good game, and I played it for the first time ever just a couple years ago, so it holds up really well. Dragon Age Inquisition and Dragon Age Origins. I don't have the second one, I don't think. Let me check. Yeah, I don't have the second one. Next is DuckTales Remastered. I don't think this game is available for sale anymore. There is like this new Disney pack that came out where the originals DuckTales is part of, but I don't think you can get the remastered anymore on PC as a digital download. Same with Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition. They did release the Anniversary Edition, which I do not have. I only have the Megaton Edition. Then we got Oblivion, Game of the Year Edition, Skyrim, Special Edition, another one that I got a free upgrade for owning the original Skyrim. Emily Wants to Play, one of the first videos where I feel like I got a lot of attention, even though it's not that much. It's just one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. It was my first time making a video with a friend, and we just had a lot of fun with this game. I almost shit our pants, and it's just a good memory. Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, a really overlooked and underrated game, I think. It's not really anything special, especially from the gameplay's point of view, but it's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful game. It's like, it kind of gives me like the Last of Us vibe, mostly because you play as a guy and you kind of have to escort this woman slash girl throughout the whole game, and you create this bond and you grow to love each other and look out for each other, and I just really enjoyed it. It's a decent like 8-hour third-person beat-em-up platformer type of game, so I think it's a lot of fun. The Evil Within, really great game from what I played, even though I only played for a couple hours. I really want to play this game again and hopefully beat it before the second one comes out. One of my all-time favorite series is Fear, one of my first horror experiences as a gamer. Scared the holy shnikes out of me. This came out shortly after the whole The Ring, the Grudge phase, where basically a lot of American movies were remakes of Japanese and Korean and just other Asian horror movies, and in a lot of these movies the antagonist is like a female ghost with long black hair, and this is what Fear played off of, and they did an excellent job. And Fear is considered as not just one of the best horror games of all time, but one of the best shooters of all time, so there's that. And then Fear 2, I thought it was a great follow-up. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same about Fear 3, even though I beat it, I think 4 times? Yeah, it's not that great. It's okay, but it doesn't live up to the first two. Fable Anniversary. Love the Fable series, although I've not played this one. I've only played Fable 2 and 3, and it seems like a lot of people hate Fable 2 and 3, especially the third one, but I have great memories with those. I really wish they were for sale on Steam or just maybe the Microsoft Store even. I wish they were more accessible on PC. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, haven't played any of them. I'm sorry guys, please don't hate me. The Far Cry series, haven't really played any of them either. Final Fantasy 7, I have not played 7, but I've played 8 on the PlayStation 15 years ago, or 16 years ago I want to say. Way back in the day. I barely even spoke English, so I had no idea what was happening in the game, and I got stuck a lot. I had a strategy guide, but I didn't speak very good English, so I only beat the first disc, and I just felt like it was a bit too complicated, and ever since then I've been turned off by JRPGs. But like I mentioned in my previous video, Persona 5 really pulled me back into JRPGs. Well, it didn't really pull me back into JRPGs, but it made me want to give them another chance, so that's why I picked up Final Fantasy 7, 8, which are classics, and of course 10 and 10-2. Ghostbusters, guys. This is not the Ghostbusters that came out last year. This came out, holy crap, actually almost 10 years ago. And it's not based on the movie of any kind, but it does have all the characters and voice actors from the first two movies from the 80s, this is just a perfect Ghostbusters game. It kind of plays like Gears of War. It's a third-person shooter where you shoot lasers and you have like different kind of beams, and it's just a beautiful game. It's amazing. I never beat it, but I got really far in it on Xbox 360. I really want to play this again, guys. There's just so many games that I need to play. There's just not enough time. So many of my games I have not played. I feel like sometimes I just enjoy buying games more than actually playing them. And I don't know, my brain is messed up, I guess. Grand Theft Auto series, guys. Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, where's that at? Vice City right there. San Andreas. I've never really played Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City because when those came out, I was a teenager. I was a young teen, and I wasn't allowed to play them. My dad was pretty strict about mature rated games, and especially Grand Theft Auto, the most notorious mature game of all time. I did get to play some San Andreas because when that came out I was like 16, so I was kind of getting up there in age, and my dad kind of just gave up on my restrictions. So I did play some of that on the PS2. That was a lot of fun. The problem with these games is that they don't really work very well on the PC because I have Windows 10, so these games are pretty old, and sometimes the problem with PC is that when games are old, they don't really get new updates and patches, so sometimes the new operating system kind of clashes with the games and the games don't work very well, so you gotta go find some fan-made patches and kind of mess with the folders, and I really hate doing that. But anyways, keeping it moving, Grand Theft Auto 4, as well as the episodes from Liberty City. And the funny thing about Grand Theft Auto 4, I'll show you right here, is that when you look at it in the store, bowling is actually one of the main tags for the game. If any of you guys have played or even heard of Grand Theft Auto 4, you guys know what that's referring to. Your cousin always wanted to play bowling. And of course I got Grand Theft Auto 5, the must-have, one of the best games of all time. I still can't believe that that game was playable on the PS3, like, that just blows my mind. Half-Life series, never really got into it too much, although the parts that I did play were a lot of fun and I really liked it. And I know that it's considered a classic. Hitman, very special game. I don't have the latest one, really tempted to buy it, but I think I'm just gonna wait a little more until the price drops even more. I just remember having like a potato PC 10 years ago or so. I had a free copy of Hitman. I think it was Contracts, I don't remember. Maybe it was Blood Money, but I think it was Blood Money. And somehow my PC was able to run it. I don't know how, but it did. So I remember playing it, and it was one of those games where you basically like set up a trap for your victim, for your target, and then you can sit around and sip some tea and just wait for your plan to execute. And then when your plan works out, you just feel so smart and so good. The game is just so rewarding, I think. Keeping it moving, Injustice Gods Among Us, awesome game. A huge fan of Mortal Kombat, as I mentioned in a lot of my videos by now. And this is basically Mortal Kombat with a DC package. So it's not exactly the same. The gameplay does differentiate a little bit from traditional Mortal Kombat games, but I mean, it's made by the same people, so it only makes sense that it's a similar fighting game. But I really enjoyed it. Really hope they make the second one for PC, because that's the only reason why I'm really hesitant about getting the second Injustice. I really want it. Always tempted to buy it on PS4, but I just know that in a few months we're gonna get the complete edition or the ultimate edition or whatever. And I do have a feeling it's gonna come out on PC, so I'm just gonna wait and be patient. And keeping it moving, we got Killing Floor, guys. The only reason I'm mentioning that game is because right now it's free, completely free on the Humble Store. So go get that, tell your friends to go get it, play it with your friends, and have fun. Got every Lego game besides the Lego the Movie game. You guys know what I mean. These games are just awesome. I haven't really gotten too deep into any of them, but they're they're just so charming. They are a kids game, but if you're a fan of these movies at all, or these properties like the Lego Marvel superheroes, then they're just so much fun. They really remind me of like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis movie-based games, but good. Basically just run around and punch people and as your favorite characters and your favorite levels based on the movies. So I'm really excited to see where the Lego franchise continues to go. They make like 3 and 4 games a year now, so that's pretty ridiculous. It's a little bit too fast, I think, but whatever. Life is Strange, it says episode 1, but it's actually the whole game. Treats the other episodes as DLC. But this game is excellent. I played the whole game on my channel. Cannot wait for the prequel in a couple months. Really looking forward to playing it. I just recently played Mafia 2 for the first time in my life, and I really enjoyed it. It was a great game, although it feels a lot outdated, but especially compared to GTA 5. But nevertheless, the storyline is fantastic. The characters are really memorable. Really liked it, and I did buy Mafia 3 on this current summer sale, even though it's getting really mixed reviews. I'm still wanting to give it a try. Got Mass Effect 1 and 2, never played them. Really want to play them, and I really want to get the third one too. Except I'm not sure, since I have these on Steam, like these are actually on Steam, but the third one is only on Origin. I'm not sure if I play these on Steam, if the storyline and my decisions will carry over to the Origin version. If you guys know what will happen, let me know. If not, I do have the series on PS3, so if I really need to experience the whole thing, I might just play it on there. Then Max Payne Trilogy, it's another one of those cases where the game is old, so it has bugs and glitches and doesn't run very well without patches. And even though I really want to play Max Payne 3, I really want to play Max Payne 1 and 2 first. Some Metal Gear Solid games that I just picked up on the summer sale. Metro Redux 2033 and The Last Light. I've only played 2033 last year for the first time. I've not played Last Light, but I will play it before Exodus comes out. Excellent games, guys, and the bonus about these games that's cool for me personally is that these games are made by Russian people. So, and it takes place in Russia or Ukraine. I kind of forgot already. I think it's Russia, but since I speak fluent Russian and I used to live in Russia for the first 10 years of my life, playing this game with the native Russian language is just an experience that's undescribable. If you don't speak Russian, you just don't understand some of the jargon, some of the references, and even though the English tracks translated for you, it's just not the same. I think you bilingual people will understand what I mean. So yeah, it's just a cool bonus. I mean, definitely games are still enjoyable in English or whatever language you prefer. Shadow of Mordor, I played it for a couple hours, really liked what I saw, really liked what I played. Unfortunately, I haven't beaten it, even though I do need to beat it before the new one comes out really soon, actually. Mortal Kombat, the love of my life. If Mortal Kombat was a woman, I would marry it. I love every single game in the franchise. I'm not talking about Sub-Zero or the Special Forces ones, but every fighting game I love to death. Mortal Kombat 9, the complete edition. In my opinion, it's the best fighting game, the best Mortal Kombat game of all time. Just love it. The fan service is just a ridiculous amount of fan service. It's just, I cannot complain about a single thing about this game, guys. And Mortal Kombat X, what a story behind this game. I originally bought it on PS4. I got the DLC on PS4. Then I was migrating over to the PC, so I was rebuying a lot of games on the PC. And I got Mortal Kombat X, I think for like $7 or like something stupid low like that. So of course I pulled the trigger, I got it on PC. You can never buy Mortal Kombat too many times, you know. And then Warner Bros. Kind of just took a dump on its games and they just said, you know what? We're not gonna fix the bugs in Mortal Kombat X on PC. We're not gonna release the new DLC pack which had the alien and Boraicho and all that on PC. So I was like, well, that's pretty stupid. Because at this time I sold my PS4 version. What I did, I went out and I bought Mortal Kombat X on PS4 again. And I bought the alien pack on PS4. And now, not too long ago, they decided to go back and fix everything in the PC version and update it completely with the Alien pack and everything. So, you guys, Warner Bros., you're messing with me, man. You're like, stop doing that. Make up your mind. Are you gonna support PC or you're not? And you better support PC because I want Injustice 2 on PC. Keeping it moving, ladies and gentlemen, we got Ollie 2. Welcome to Hollywood. I played it on PS4. Really simple, really difficult and frustrating, but really fun skateboarding game, guys. I used to be a huge fan of the Skate series, and before that I was a huge fan of the Tony Hawk series. I was excited for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. Unfortunately, that game crashed and burned. I never even give it a try. I don't want to bother with it based on what I've heard. And there doesn't seem to be any new skateboarding game in sight in the near future. So this was pretty much the only option. And what it is like a side-scrolling platformer, but you're skateboarding the whole time and you're doing tricks. And for a side-scrolling game, the tricks are actually really complicated. The controls are pretty similar to Skate. You gotta do the right analog, slight movements to do different tricks. And it's a lot of fun, but you gotta practice and practice a lot. Moving on down, we got Outlast. Guys, I cannot believe I've been talking for 30 minutes already. I'm a little over halfway done with my collection, of my Steam collection. I told you guys this would take a while, so I thank you guys for watching, by the way. I hope you're bearing with me, and I hope you're enjoying this. So we got Outlast, excellent game. I took a major crap in my pants when I played this. I originally played it on the PS4 when it first came out, because I think when it first came out, it was free for the first month for PS Plus. So I downloaded it, I played the first level, the first area, and it just scared the shit out of me, and I literally gave up on the game because I got scared, and I didn't touch it again for 2 years. And then last year I finally played it and beat it, and super scary game, guys, but super worth it, super enjoyable. Haven't played the Whistleblower DLC because I don't even have it. And I did buy the second one, but then I didn't feel like playing it for some reason, so I refunded it, and I will be getting it in the future. Keeping it moving, we got Oxenfree. Really interested in that game. Really hard to describe it, and I'm not even sure if I understand the concept behind it correctly, but it's like a side-scroller story-based game, and I'm not exactly sure how it plays out, but it's really high up on my priority list to play next, so probably will play it soon. I got Portal and Portal 2, classic games. Haven't really played them. Got the new Prey. I picked it up when it right when it came out on the first day, but then when I installed it, I didn't feel like playing it, and that's the story of my life. Buy it and don't play it. Prototype, great series, although I've only played the first game. Played it on PS3. This game just made you feel like such a badass. Really fun game, guys. A lot of similarities to Infamous, but also a lot of difference, so yeah, keep that in mind. Quake 1 and 2 I've never played, but I really enjoyed Quake 4. Played it on the 360 a while ago. Really fun single player, guys. Rayman Legends, a really fun platformer. Really enjoyed it a lot, as well as Rage. I actually kind of missed that. Rage was a pretty fun game too. Now we're going into the Resident Evil series. I have I have all of them besides, of course, 2, 3, and I think that's it for the most part for the main series. I don't have 2 and 3, but it doesn't matter because I've not really played any of them fully. I've tried Resident Evil 4, I've tried Resident Evil 5, I completely played and beat Resident Evil 7. It was fantastic, really enjoyed it, so I am really intrigued about the whole series. So I want to go back and play. That's why I picked these games up recently. I am kind of turned off by the old school controls, but maybe I can get used to them. I don't know, we'll see. Keeping it moving, Rise of the Tomb Raider, excellent sequel to an excellent game that we'll get to a little bit later because this is in alphabetical order, so that's why the sequel comes before the prequel. But yeah, excellent follow-up. Rocket League, what can I say about Rocket League? Just amazing. So much time spent in this game, so many memories, so many laughs, so many frustrations and depressing nights. Not really, guys, but it's just, I'll go out on a limb and recommend this game to anyone and everyone, guys. Anyone and everyone. Rocket League, buy it, play it, love it. That's the motto right there. Buy it, play it, love it. Next, I have Rogue Legacy. Didn't get too far into it, but very interesting game. Really enjoyed what I did play. Basically, you get a random character that you use, and every time you die, you get another random one that has unique abilities. So yeah, it's very interesting, very kind of hard to describe without showing it, but yeah, really fun. And one of the big surprises is Rise Son of Rome. I really enjoyed this game more than I expected. I don't know why, but yeah, it's really repetitive, but the graphics are beautiful, and I just thought it was really fun. Then got the whole Saints Row series. Never beaten any of them, but I did play, I think, all of them to some degree. Just what started out as a legitimate Grand Theft Auto competitor on Xbox 360 quickly turned into balls to the wall nonsense, open world action superhero game or something. Then I got the Sega classics, aka the Genesis classic games, and the reason why it's just you see it as one game is because it treats all the games as DLC. But look at some of the games in this. None of them are installed right now, but this is what comes in the package. Shining Force, the Sonic games, Streets of Rage games, Altered Beast, Comic Zone, Echo, Shinobi, all the old school Sega Genesis games, guys. And yeah, you can get an emulator, but you just gotta have the legit thing sometimes, every once in a while. So yeah, great package, and it was only like $7, so definitely worth it. Shadow Complex, I remember this game was on Xbox Live back in late 2000s, like 2007 or something like that, and this was like 3D graphics, like full-fledged game, and it was arcade, because back then it was Xbox Live Arcade where you played like Tetris and stuff like that as downloadable games, not full-fledged games. So I remember this was like a big shift into big games that were downloadable. Shadow Warrior looks really fun, looks hilarious. I haven't had the time to play it, but really looking forward to it. Shovel Knight, really fun game, although I found it a bit difficult, but really enjoyable platformer. Can't wait to go back and play it. I got all these Sid Meier games, all the Civilization games. I'm not a strategy gamer. I think a friend gave them to me, and that's why they're just kind of sitting here. I don't really plan on playing any of them. I don't know, maybe when I become an old man and my reflexes are gonna be slow, maybe that's when I'll get into strategy games, but I don't know. Sleeping Dogs, guys. As far as Grand Theft Auto copycat games go, this has got to be my favorite. I love Sleeping Dogs. I beat it on, I think, Xbox 360. Then I beat the definitive edition on PS4, and then I purchased it again on a PC. Can't wait to play it again, guys. It's just so much fun. The characters are just so engrossing. Like, I love it. And it's a unique game because it's not all guns blazing. A lot of it has to do with martial arts and just the Asian Chinese culture. And yeah, guys, a great game. Definitely try it if you haven't before. Song of the Deep, I had no idea that I had this. I was looking at it earlier thinking about buying it. Yeah, guys, that's the thing with PC gaming, at least in my case. I don't even know what I have. South Park: The Stick of Truth, absolutely hilarious. Spec Ops: The Line, amazing game. It's really underrated, even though everybody who plays it loves it and hypes it up. But very few people play it, it seems like. So guys, definitely play it. Story-driven war game. I love this game, guys. Keeping it moving, guys. I don't know what some of these games are. Some of these games came in a Humble Bundle or some kind of other bundle or some other charity thing, and I don't know what's going on. Stardew Valley, farming game. Why do I have that? I have no interest in farming, but I do have an interest in this game for some reason. Scrolling down, Super Meat Boy, such a fun game, such a difficult game, but it's really fun to just pick up and play. Tales from the Borderlands, been having this game for like years at this point, but for some reason I thought that I need to play the original Borderlands games, but from what I understand, I don't really need to do that. So I can jump into this at any time, and I probably will, because I'm kind of been going on my playthroughs of Telltale games. So maybe after Batman, I'll play this one. Tekken 7 just recently came out. Great port on the PC, great game overall. Played it on my channel as a walkthrough. Really enjoyable game, guys. The Thief series, never really played it. This War of Mine looks really depressing and kind of like a realistic survival game. Not really sure what to expect from it. I heard good things, but I've really been wanting to try it lately. Here we go with the Tom Clancy games. Rainbow Six, classic games. The Vegas, the Rainbow Six Threes, all the Splinter Cells besides the second one, Pandora Tomorrow. And here we have the Tomb Raider, the remake, which was excellent. I was really impressed with this game. As a big Uncharted fan, loved this Tomb Raider, and as I said earlier, loved the Rise of the Tomb Raider games. The rest of the Tomb Raider games, none of which I've ever played. We got some Transformers games. As the movie came out, I was thinking about playing a Transformer game, but I just didn't have enough time, and the movie apparently is garbage. The movie series died a few years ago in my opinion, but these Cybertron games are supposedly pretty good, as well as the Devastation game, even though I think it's based on an old cartoon which I never watched, so I don't know how much I'll enjoy the game. Maybe I should go back and watch the cartoon before I play the game. Then we got Undertale, heard great things, but yeah, I don't know if I'll get to it anytime soon. The Walking Dead Season 1 is absolutely amazingly fantastic. Season 2, not as good, but pretty good. I will be playing the rest of the Walking Dead series for my channel really soon. And look at this, guys, I do have Watch Dogs on my computer. I did not know that. I have this on PS4 also. And I wonder why I have it on both, I'm not sure. I need to pick up Watch Dogs 2 though, that game looks a lot more fun and interesting. Got the whole Witcher series. Once again, I haven't played any of them, but I'll probably just skip the first one and the second one, or at least I'll skip the first one and just jump right into the second one, or just jump right into the third one. Wolf Among Us, excellent game, loved it so much. Wolfenstein The New Order, another great game. I didn't get the chance to beat it because something came up in my life, I don't remember what. I mentioned this in my E3 video, but yeah, I didn't finish it, but I got about 75% through it, and I loved it, so much fun. I also need to play the Old Blood before the new one comes out. Then I got the Worms games, just a lot of fun. And WWE 2K15, pretty underwhelming game, was really disappointed, especially after 2K14. And last but not least, WWE 2K16. Yeah guys, there you have it. My mouth is super dry, I've been sitting here talking for the past 50 minutes. I hope you guys stuck around to listen to it. So yeah guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this part of my collection and the first part of my video game collection. Maybe I'll do an update in the winter or something like that, because the summer sale is the big sale right now, and then the winter sale will be the next big sale. So yeah guys, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys really soon.